Welcome everybody to Dr. Cush's Exotic Drinks. I am Dr. Cush and this is the show. Okay, we got it now. Tonight we are going to be going to the very beginning of cocktails. The first time we see the amoeba split, the first time we see eyes form in the little bacterium. This is the beginning. We can talk all we want about the Sazerac being the very first cocktail. We can talk all we want about the Martinez being the very first cocktail, but we have to at least acknowledge that this is where we started to see the styles of cocktail begin to, I just bumped my microphone, all over the place. Once we realized, hey, this thing is pretty good, helping our hangovers. What if we did more to it? What if we made it a night drink? Oh my goodness gracious. There we have it. We're making a cocktail called the Improved Whiskey Cocktail. Is it better than an actual just whiskey cocktail? That's up to you. I have no opinion on that. Improved just means that we are going to be adding 2 ingredients to it, plus a little zhuzh. There's gonna be a little zhuzh going on here, a little lemon zhuzh. So that's what we got. Oh, Bon is here. Good. Phew. I'm wondering if I was going to be able to do the show. And there's Moose. Good to see you, Moose. Always a pleasure, never a chore. Okay, let's get into it. There's just a little bit of prep. There are ways to do this cocktail, and there are other ways to do this. There's lots of ways to do this cocktail. Don't worry about this. This is how we're going to be doing it today. We are going to start off by prepping our sugar. What do you mean prepping your sugar, Cush? Don't worry about it. I'm going to show you. I got you. We're going to start off with one of these little guys. You ever seen one of these? It's like regular sugar, but square, cubed. It's a sugar cube. Horses love these things. We're going to go ahead. We're going to put it in here. No. We're going to reach into our fancy napkin drawer. We're going to throw this right on top. Now, why are we putting the napkins on top of this cocktail? What are we up to? Well, we want a very specific amount of the ingredients that we're putting in here. Now, we could, if we had steady hands, I do not, but 25-year bartender, very shaky hands. Could not be a surgeon at this point, wouldn't even know what to do. Throw up at the sight of blood. Can't do any of it. So we are going to, instead of getting steady hands, we're going to take our little napkins and we're going to throw our sugar cube right on top of here. Now, we're going to decorate it. All right. In order to improve a cocktail, we have to start with a cocktail. What is a cocktail? What is the whiskey cocktail? Originally, it is sugar, it is bitters, and it is whiskey. All right, so we got to start with our bitters first. And we don't want to over bitter this thing. We don't want this to blow up in our faces. We want it to taste nice and original, like the original one. So we're going to take some of this. This is Angostura bitters, Amy Beer bitters, and we're going to throw just a couple dashes right on top of our sugar cube, right there. See that? The sugar cube is absorbing it. We only want the amount of Angostura bitters, Peychaud's bitters, which is next. Peychaud's bitters. I said it wrong. Peychaud's bitters and Absinthe that can fit in the insides of a sugar cube. So let's keep reaching. We're gonna go over here. This is Tiki Court's bottle, but it is also Peychaud bitters. Peychaud bitters. I'm going to turn it so we have a little bit more. It's just for a dramatic effect. There we go. We're going to put a couple dashes of some Peychaud right in here. Oh yeah, look at that. Really absorbing. Let me bring you into a different camera angle right here. Boop, right there. We can see. Uh-oh, I would have spilled. Wouldn't have been good. Wouldn't have been good. Would have over bittered the cocktail. Now we're interested in. All right, this is the basis for a slightly fancy, we're getting into Sazerac territory when we're doing this. We are going to improve this cocktail though, and how do we do that? 2 ways. One, I'm gonna keep that right there because that looks like it's about to fall off. We are going to start off with the first ingredient, which is over here, which is Papa O'Mau-Mau's bottle right here of Absinthe. Absinthe was illegal for a long time. 1907, 2011, illegal. Can't buy it. Caused the green fairies. Then we woke up. I said, if you get enough Tunjin, that's not the word. Tunju. If you get enough wormwood into your body to make you start hallucinating, you have been dead for years. All right, that is crazy. A whole conspiracy by the winemakers. We'll do a whole show on it at some point. But this is absinthe. This is real absinthe. This is 69% absinthe. It is very wormwoody, and it is going to be very... it's going to taste like absinthe. You guys know what absinthe tastes like. We want to put enough dashes in here to soak this whole sugar cube. So maybe like 5 or 6. There we go. Oh, that's a soaky little sugar cube right there. Now, I'm going to bring you in. It looks like a little kid did this, and I have the artistic ability of a tiny child. It looks like a little finger painting that a little kid did. Excellent. That's what we want. Then we're going to do our little Toro right here, and we're going to whoop, right there. Now, look at all that mess. We don't want that mess in here. That's why we did the napkin trick. We have a very moist, a very saturated little cube of sugar here, saturated with 2 different types of bitters and some absinthe. We are making the cocktail and we are improving it. Great. We are on our way. However, there are 2 ways to improve a cocktail. Either one of these will work. In the original one, in Jerry Thomas and his bartender's guide, he talks about the improved whiskey cocktail having both. I'm not going to argue with Jerry Thomas. That's a dead guy. That would be like arguing with a ghost, and that would scare me half to death. The other little bit we want to put in here to make a cocktail improved is one of my very favorite cocktails of all time. Cocktail ingredients. One of my favorite cocktail ingredients of all time, called Luxardo Maraschino Liqueur. Moose asks, is it possible to get my hands on any Peychaud's? Oh, it is impossible. Any suggestions to a similar substitute? Okay, so I have, we'll derail for a second because I'm going to answer that question. That's a good question. Peychaud's bitters is a style of bitters called New Orleans style bitters. If you can find any kind of other New Orleans style bitters, that's great. Peychaud would be the one to find. If you can't find that, what it has in it is it does have some of that barkiness of Angostura, and it also has some of the aniseness of absinthe. So if you mix the 2 together, you can get something that is fairly close. Will it be exactly close? Exactly the same thing? No. But, Moose, you have an opportunity to create your very own cocktail at this point, and that's we should always think if we can't find an ingredient, that is an opportunity to create our own. I have my weapon here. This is my favorite spoon. It's got a little pineapple here. Pineapple, universal sign of what? Hospitality. Hospitality. You see a lot of bartenders. They get pineapples tattooed all over their body. I do not like needles, do not like blood, not really a fan of ink. So, tattoo's not for me. I carry it around in my little spoon here. We want 1 bar spoon of maraschino liqueur. Talk about this stuff all the time. It is an invasive ingredient. It will overtake your cocktail if you put too much into it. We just need a little bit right in here. Oh yeah, that's all we need. Perfect. Doing great. Normally I would lick the spoon. For being one of my favorite cocktail ingredients, I think it's pretty gross. Pretty gross by itself, but yeah, together with everything else, excellent. Get our other weapon. This is just a little guy that we're going to be crushing with. We want to get this into a nice little paste. The pastier you can get it. Uh-oh. Amy Beer out of the sugar cube first. Oh my goodness gracious. Amy, you're going to be okay. We'll talk you through it. If you need to call anybody, let us know. If you need us to call somebody for you, we got you. Don't worry about adding the sugar cube first. All I did that for was mostly because it, a little technique. I'll just throw a little technique at you. If I was in a busy bar, there's no way I would do the napkin trick. It takes too long. But just put a little, put a couple dashes of bitters on top of it. Just try not to put too much that it. Trying to put too much that it overflows the sugar cube, all right? By too much, at least. Okay. The muddling that I did there is twofold. First of all, it mixes it up, obviously. The other part is that's granulated sugar, and we want this to be as granular as possible, as teeny tiny as we possibly can. So we get our little thing in there, and we crunch it. Gotta crunch it. Smaller the bits, the easier it is to absorb into the rest of the cocktail. Excellent. Cool. Now, sorry, Bonbon is very excited about a champagne cocktail. That's also how you start a champagne cocktail. Start a champagne cocktail specifically like that. Even in a busy bar, if you're making a champagne cocktail is bitters, sugar, and champagne. Just like you call something a cocktail, bitters, sugar, and the booze. With the champagne cocktail, you really only want to put the amount that soaks into a sugar cube. With other stuff, a little leeway. You get a little breathing room. You take out your pants a little bit there. Okay. So we got our granulars in here. This is pretty granular right in there. I have a feeling this would light on fire. We're not going to do it. I'm not sure that that our good friend Jerry had the technology for fire lighting at that point. I don't know what time. What year did we create fire? Like the 1860? I don't know. We need one of these. In his book, our good friend Jerry mentions that the real improvement of this cocktail is going to be the lemon. Now, we adding lemon juice? Absolutely not. Gross. Disgusting. That would have been absolutely sacrilege. That's not what we want. Instead, we're going to take one of these instead. We want to get a nice thin strip. So we're going to take our potato peeler and we're going to pull this. Oh, we're going to pull it. We're going to do it right. Because there are oils on the outside of this lemon, as we pull, a lot of these little oils are going to explode off of our lemon peel, and we want to catch those into our cocktail. We're going to prep this a little bit. We have our knife. All I want to do is give this some nice clean lines. Let's bring a nice clean line cam. There we go. Nice clean line cam. There we go. Nice clean line cam. There we go. Right here. Oh boy, that is looking spectacular. Nice clean lines. Look at those clean lines. Wow. Now, it's not just the excess little bits of the lemon that we are looking for. We want the whole bit. We want all of this to make it into our cocktail. So we are going to do what I have once described as the goofiest thing that bartenders do. For some reason, and I'm sure I'm about to do it myself, for some reason, when bartenders put a little of the oil on a rim of a glass, we make a stupid face, we get way too close to it, and we do something weird with our other arm. So I'm going to try my very best to look like a normal person doing this. So we're just going to go right. I'm going to hold this. I'm not going to get my face right next to it. There we go. We're just going to rub this all along the sides of our glass. All we're doing is getting all of those lemon oils to be little friends with the rest of this drink. Just rubbing it, rubbing it, rubbing it. If we've done it right, it should smell like absinthe, and it should smell like lemon with a little peychaud, a little Angostura. Peychaud. I don't know. I'm going to say it right. How do you get so little pith? I struggle getting a clean peel. It's the potato peeler. Chuck, it's the potato peeler. That's what you want. Nice, skinny little business. Normally, with almost everything, I cut with this. This is a great way to cut fruit. It's got little serrades on it. That's a good way to do it. Potato peeler. Find yourself one of these. They will sell you a bar potato peeler as well. I'm sure this is branded. Angel's Envy. Thank you, Angel's Envy, for giving me this. But just find yourself a Y peeler. We call these Y peelers. They're potato peelers. Just get yourself a Y peeler. We're not done. Obviously, this is an improved whiskey cocktail, so we need to get our whiskey in here somehow. How are we going to do it? by pouring it in. That's not a surprise. What? Pour it in. We are going to put in, this is a good benefit of being a home bartender, buy the big bottles. Can't serve big bottles in bars. You guys know that? At least not in Los Angeles. And again, when I become president, I'm unifying all the liquor laws and then I'm stopping being president. 2 full ounces of some whiskey, whatever whiskey you want. To be very honest with you, there is also an improved brandy cocktail and an improved gin cocktail. The only difference between them is what liquor you put in. That's it. If you are very interested in gin instead of the whiskey, what a great way to do it. Honestly, you want to put some rum in there? I'll turn my head. I won't look. Give you your privacy. Put whatever you want in there. Why can't they serve big bottles in LA? I know a little bit about this. It is after Prohibition. People got really strict about the distribution of how how you got liquor to places, right? You used to go from distillery right into a bar, and sometimes the distillery was the bar. Now you have to have a middleman. You have to have a distributor. So you have to go. The distributor talks to 2 different people. They talk to the makers of the booze and the sellers of the booze, and they make their cut right there in the middle. For some reason, those distributors have decided we're not going to do that. I'm sure there's a better reason for that. Did that answer your question? No. Just a little opportunity for me to talk. We're going to go ahead and give this a little stir here. Pre-stirring. All right, so this stirring doesn't count, but it is important. We want to get this so that all of our little granulars really granulate all over the place. And we don't want to see a lot of sugar floating there at the bottom. That's where it wants to be. Sugar is a solid that wants to float to the bottom. We don't want that to be. That looks good. Really good. Handles take up a lot of the room and are slower pours too. That's true. That honestly, that might be a better answer for that. I know that it is illegal, but I also think that it's probably a smart idea. Just because it's illegal doesn't mean it's not a good idea. Put a little ice in here. Nice clear cube of ice. We've already touched with our hands, but now we're gonna do the right thing. We're gonna take our garnish pincher. Put our ice right in there. Oh boy, there we go. We should hear a crack. Yeah, baffles me a little bit too there, DC. Yeah, California is a... Oh, yes. Oh, there we go. This is probably even more correct. They get a cut out of every bottle. Larger bottles equal fewer bottles. I'm sure that's the reason. That sounds way more correct. Okay, let's go with that one. I'm going to go with your 2 guys. So it's harder to pour, and also the distributors get more per bottle that they sell. If they're selling 175s and they're getting less money, and if they go out of business, what would we do? Would we live in harmony? Well, we would all prosper and everything would be great if we could get rid of distributors. Can't have that. What a gross world we live in if everybody was living, their best life. Some of my best friends are distributors. Sorry, Carl. We're going to go ahead and give this a little twist. There we go. See if we can't get it to stick. Pull. And now we have our little twisteroo. We're going to drop this right on in there. And we have taken a whiskey cocktail. Sometimes better known as an old-fashioned, but it's only because when people started improving cocktails and making them into fancy cocktails, people would say, I would like the old-fashioned version of the whiskey cocktail. I don't want any of that, any of the nonsense. Put a lot of nonsense in my drink. I don't want the nonsense. Keep the nonsense out of here. They would say, I want the old-fashioned version. And that's where we get the term old-fashioned. This is the old way to make a whiskey cocktail. The whole name is old-fashioned whiskey cocktail. I hate that. This looks bad. Can we just, can I just, I know I only really do one version of a thing on here, but I'm going to bring you into garnish cam. There we go. It's just going to go right up here. Start here and fling. Start up here, go down here and fling. Right there. Looking good. We're going to take this and we're going to loop her around. And we're going to catch these two little bits there. There we go. Now we got to garnish. It looked bad before. I would not serve that. Won't serve it to myself. Put that right there. Oh, way better. Oh my goodness. Look at that. What a day we're having. What an absolute beautiful day we are having right there. What was I talking about right before this? Something. Shoot. Well, I'll watch the video back, and if it was something interesting, I will let you. Oh, the old fashioned. Yes. So the old fashioned is called the old fashioned because it's the old fashioned whiskey cocktail. And then we started to fancy them, and then we started to make them improved, and the people wanted to go back to the old fashioned. The whiskey cocktail, though, we have taken a whiskey cocktail here, and we have improved it by adding the two and really the extra little half of an ingredient that our good friend Jerry Thomas, friend of the show, Jerry Thomas, mentions, which is absinthe and maraschino liqueur. Those are the two big ones. And then if you throw a little bit of lemon on the inside of that, you have improved the cocktail. Let's see how we did. Can you say that this garnish is improved? Yes. Yes. Amy Beer says, if you're going to garnish, garnish well. Can't do that with a cheese slicer. No, you can't do this with a cheese slicer, but good to see you, Lori, by the way. Welcome to the show. I think you were maybe on Facebook pre-show. You're in the show now. Yeah, very, very simple. We don't have to. I'm just gonna take a little round of applause for it, just a baby round of applause for it. That's a small round of applause for this little garnish. It's very, very simple. I just showed you guys how to do it. Can't mess this one up. That's what we got. Let's see. Did we improve it? That's the question of the day. Did we improve the whiskey cocktail? I don't know. Smells awful good. I think I could do this without poking myself in the eye with lemon. Everybody loves that, right? Lemon in your eye? One of those small pleasures in life that we don't get enough of. Yeah. Yeah. It's different enough. Subtle enough. It set the groundwork for where, now people on the Lower East Side of Manhattan can shun all of their friends in order to go into the bar life to really get their milk punches clear and their lavender leaves compressed, and they can go deep into that bar tending life. It's a dangerous life. Not necessarily because you're up so late. That's one of the reasons. Not necessarily because you're drinking all the time. There's another reason. But also because you can become obsessed with this. This was the beginning of that obsession. The improved whiskey cocktail. That's what we got. We finished a pre-show. Started a show. Now we are on our way. That is what we got. Yes. Yeah, honestly, Chuck, listen, Chuck makes good points. I've never met Chuck. Makes good points. You could use a cheese slicer if you're making a cheese garnish. That's the first drink I ever made my wife. The Blonde Cat had cheese on it. Very weird. Isn't that? Yes. Isn't that the barback's job? I know you guys don't believe this. Just because Kyle and I have such an odd, contentious relationship. I let him live at my house, and he shows me no signs of gratitude. But maybe we'll find some. I'll go back and I'll see whose number I have. I believe that as a bartender, I was one of the best bartenders on earth to work for if you were a barback. All right? I was pretty good if you were a bartender. I'd help you out, do whatever. As a barback, I did a lot of work that barbacks should have done. I was very present in there. I loved when barbacks were taken from barback and made into bartenders. I turned lots of barbacks into bartenders over my many years. I would not have a bar back make me 1,000 of these. You want these to be cut fresh anyway. I would teach a bartender to do this, but this is exciting. You guys don't even know what's exciting. Oh, okay. We're in the post show now, so if you're done with the cocktail, you can leave. I want to say hello to the first person to ever hire me at an LA bar. All right, I worked in Spain for a little bit. But this is the first person to ever invite or ever get me working at an LA bar. This is a good friend, Clayton. Clayton and I worked at the Room Hollywood. I had just lost my job at a law firm. I was not a lawyer. I was doing other stuff. But Clayton says, hey, you want to come bar back? And I said, yep. Basically the whole story. So good to see you, buddy. Thank you. Thank you. It's a little different when you look at it from this angle. From this angle, I got all the lights. Looking great. Let me say hello to Matt Piers. Matt Piers, from Enchanting Designs, Enchanting Innovations, not Enchanting Designs. Screw those guys. Hate those guys. Enchanting Innovations, the inventor of, pick his nose, Ernie. Good to see you there, buddy. You're an exceptional barback, I said. Yes, I did eventually win third best barback in the United States, like 15 years later. Yeah, Pee Wee Herman. I love that story. Yes, and Kyle should not be handling knives. Kyle should not be handling knives. That's true. There we go. Chuck, I'm not sure what you don't believe, but either way. Oh, yes, super gratitude to my good friend Kyle. Kyle is great. Kyle is wonderful. He does tend to the oranges. A little gratitude would be nice, but whatever. He's giving me the silent treatment right now. That is what I have for you guys right now. We're going to be back here when? Saturday. We're taking Thursday off this week, so we are back here on Saturday in order to complete another class. We will have a pre-show for the other class, so if you are my biggest fear, is that you guys will enjoy the pre-show so much that you will show up for the pre-show and then leave, and that will become the show, and then just by myself, I will make a cocktail and talk to nobody. That's what I'm afraid of. You gotta be up on your fears here. It's the voices in my head giggling at me. Thank you guys so much for showing up to Dr. Cush's Exotic Drinks. I'm Dr. Cush. We'll be back here on Saturday. If you can, thank you to all of you that did. I know that it's not, not convenient, but thank you for all of you that did like and comment on the videos. The video numbers are going up every time more people like them and comment on them. So if it doesn't hurt you, leave a little like, leave a little comment. Just say, hey, way to go. You don't have to say way to go. Just say cheers. Just say, if we can get like 1,000 cheers in the chat or in the comments, that'll be amazing. I don't think YouTube cares at all. Oh. Now Kyle's not ignoring me. So much gratitude. So much gratitude. All right, buddy. Mutual Admiration Society. That's what I got for you guys. We'll be back here on Saturday. Oh my God, we've gone so long. Until next time, what do we always say? We say things like the only one there. Let's find a funny one to end on. I have ones that we never use. Here's phrases. Oh, here we go.
Suddenly, pineapples.
Not funny, per se.
Fat, drunk, and stupid is no way to go through life, son.
That's a better one.
Are you Dr. Jinga Janga?
We're going to find him at one point.
Bye!
Oh, cheers to Mr. Highway 666. Cheers to you. And until next time, guys, what do we always say?
Bye!
That's what you say when you say bye. Bye.
Fat, drunk, and stupid is no way to go through life, son.
That's funny. I'm funny.
picture of the last sucker. I'm having a party, and you're invited. Bye.
Goodbye, goodbye.
Are you Dr. Jinga Janga? Are you Dr. Jinga Janga?